Hi guys, I got a order in from DigiKey, so I figured I'd take this opportunity to make a video on basically getting your components, your electronic parts from reputable places, you know, like DigiKey, amongst others. But yeah, so sorry about the dirty, not dirty, unorganized workbench. Things have been pretty hectic lately, and I appreciate the work you guys have been sending. Yeah, I got radios everywhere. Up there, I have parts everywhere. But yeah, so basically, it's been so busy. I actually had to take out more equipment and kind of reorganize my my work area here. So I actually pulled out my Synad meter and the old 1040 here, Service Master, back into service, amongst, you know, all my other stuff. But yeah, so it's been good, and thank you again for the radios you've been sending. I've been getting lots of emails and you know, lots of inquiries on, you know, where to send your radios, and so yeah, I really appreciate it. Things have become actually a lot more busier, even with this YouTube channel. I guess it's been you know, a pretty good source of you know, work for me, even though I don't have a ton of viewers or followers, but I guess people have been watching these videos. But anyway, yeah, this Lafayette here has been a pain in my butt for a while here. I've been trying to signal trace issues with the audio, and this is actually the one that took out that power supply right there. And yeah, that's the one I had to put a TL3 transistor in the in this one, and it's actually one of the first videos I did. But anyway, so yeah, so I got an order in from DigiKey, and I thought that, you know, because there's a lot of I shouldn't say fraudulent places, but there's a lot of places where you can get these, you know, example electrolytic capacitors and you know, transistors, whatever, finals, drivers, etc. And you know, I'm sure that they probably don't realize what they're selling is, you know, fake, counterfeit, you know, and maybe some places actually do realize that they are sending that stuff out to consumers. But you know, I use, like, a lot of reputable places, you know, DigiKey for at least, you know, stuff like caps and you know, final transistors in general, you know, stuff like that. I use DigiKey. I use eBay for a lot of my stuff, but when it comes to the actual electrical components, I don't. I just don't want to run the risk of purchasing something and having it be counterfeit, and then putting it into a customer's radio and, you know, having it, you know, blow a week later. You know, I think it's something that maybe if you're working on your own radios, you can do, you know, on your own. And, you know, if it ends up being, you know, a bunk piece of equipment, you know, parts or whatever, then, you know, hey, it's on you. But as a actual repair shop, it's definitely not the way to go. It's a huge risk. I mean, even, you know, something common like a 1369 final, you know, you find them in a lot of radios. There's so many counterfeits out there, and it's just, it's not worth it, you know, as far as from a business standpoint. But yeah, I just wanted to point out, like, another good place is Klondike Mike for capacitors. If he has a kit for a certain radio, and if the customer does not mind having, you know, an assortment of capacitors in different companies, then you know, that's one place I source my capacitors from, and he uses all brand name capacitors. You know, you can see Rubicon, Digicon, Kemet. I mean, what else is in here? I don't see any Panasonics in here, but I have gotten kits with Panasonic stuff. But this is yeah, I usually get several hundred caps when I order from DigiKey, but I try to get like, so like a customer, that customer with that Sears CB, he specifically asked for caps that I had used in another job. So those were Nichicons. So I just ordered a bunch more of the Nichicon capacitors. So yeah, and I usually keep in stock, you know, the more common ones that I find in the radios that I do. Now, something I have noticed is some of, even on the Nichicon, they used to be made all in Japan, but as of recently, you can see here, some of them now are made in Malaysia. I don't know what product line. And some of them are made in Japan. So you have to kind of watch out too if that's something that, you know, your customer really wants, is, you know, Japanese made caps. You know, something you have to look out for. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still Nichicon, you know, capacitors. But yeah, like I said, some of them are made in Malaysia now, and some of them are still made in Japan. So it's kind of hit or miss. But another thing that you don't get from a lot, like eBay, for example, you know, which, like I said before, I get a lot of stuff on eBay. But capacitors and transistors and, you know, that type of stuff is definitely not, I don't get any of that stuff there. I generally will try to see if DigiKey has stuff that I need, and if not, you know, maybe Mouser, or, I mean, there's a lot of places online. It's not just DigiKey, but, you know, they definitely get the stuff out fast. But another thing that DigiKey does, and a lot of these other places will do too, is they'll actually give you like date codes, you know, the caps. So like a lot of times you can be purchasing caps, but you don't know how old they are. You know, you'd have to go back and, you know, see what colors they were, and you know what markings were on what and what colors they used, and you know, sometimes it can just be a pain in the butt to figure out how old your caps are, especially if you get buying like lots, or like from like a liquidation sale or whatever. It can be tough, you know, judging how old your caps are. But yeah, so this it's a good way to keep track of you know, how old your parts are, you know, because especially with electrolytics, you know, age is, you know, an important thing. So yeah, I just figured I'd do this brief video, and check out Klondike Mike. I'm starting to use more and more his kits. They're actually decently priced, and you know, they're meant for the radio that you order. I don't think he has all of the radios, but he has a pretty good selection of radios. So now the only disadvantage is he is in Canada, so shipping, it's not too bad. Like, I think it's a little over a week to get some of his stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely an option. And yeah, so that's it, guys. I just wanted to give you guys just kind of like a, not really a heads up. I know a lot of you know exactly what's going on, but yeah, I just wanted to share this video with you guys. Hopefully it was informative, and yeah, thanks for watching.